Getting a great hand, Takamatsu in. And I think that this is the way this is going to go. Williams dribbling, Japan not touching him. And so it's going to be back-to-back gold medals for Team USA, 64-60 over Japan. An incredible effort by a team of Japanese players that no one thought would get this far, and they challenged the champs right to the end, but the U.S. pulls off the win. USA 64, Japan 60 here in Tokyo.
Well, what a valiant display by the Japanese, who lit up the Ariake Arena. It is alight with noise, with applause, with appreciation for the final that this competition deserved. It was a competition when no one truly knew who was the best. No team went through undefeated. Great Britain and Spain were confined to battle out for the bronze medal. The silver medalists from last Paralympics and the reigning world champions. It meant that Japan would meet this professional and clinical USA side, and look at that, 18 points from turnovers from the USA. They were ruthless when they punished Japan on the 14 turnovers that they coughed up in the end. The Japan shooting was a lot hotter, but therein lies the difference, and that is why United States are top of the log at the Paralympics once again.
Well, it's two equal teams, and then it's Steve Serio. And the captain of Team USA rising to the challenge. 28 points for Serio in the game that mattered most in this event for his team. He plays 33 minutes and 19 seconds, picks up 9 assists, and had 4 rebounds and a couple of steals as well, which might be as were significant at the time.
And only turned over twice as well, but here's the 28 points that he achieved, holding 11 from 19 shots. This final will be known as Steve Serio's final. His performance taking USA to the gold medal, as we see emotional scenes from the Japanese players who have done so incredibly well here in Tokyo.
I don't know if those are tears of disappointment or they are tears of pride, because no Japanese team had ever gone to the gold medal game until this one, led by that man, Kotsai, along with Shokai Renshi. And while really a full team effort by Team Japan, and they do earn the silver.
They earned it. They earned it all right. They blew Team GB away, who were much fancied to be in this gold medal match, if not securing the gold medal, in a blistering semi-final display. And take a look at that ring of Japanese players, because there's a lot of future in there. 6 players making their Paralympic bow. There's 2 students in there of 21 years old and 20 years old in Kaishi Takamatsu. And the 22-year-old in his second Paralympic Games, Shokai Renshi. What a sensation, and a name that will be on our lips for many, many more Paralympics to come.
For Team USA, 9 of their players won gold before. 3 debutantes, Jorge Sanchez and John Boy, who played a significant role. He played the entire 40 minutes, in fact, in this game, is in his first Paralympic Games. And then that man, Steve Serio, not his first, of course, his second gold in his 4th Paralympic Games. And the other player who is in his first, as we see the net getting cut, the traditional net cutting. This is Brian Bell. It's Ryan Nieswander, by the way, who's the other player on the U.S. in his first Paralympic Games. But Bell making quick work of that mesh.
And for Brian Bell, it's going to be a Paralympics to remember. A man who had a huge say in the quarterfinals, in the semi-finals, and shone at the top of the match as well. Final snips. And this is going to raise the roof from the small but mighty American contingent, cheering them on from the crowd. Great scenes at the Ariake.
Not the easiest thing to climb a ladder with one leg without your prosthetic on, and that's exactly what Brian Bell just did.
Yeah. Hops down, back to the chair. He's had a good time in Tokyo.
USA managed to get 9 players into the game, all contributing. Jake Williams coming off the bench and was a plus 17 with his 13 points. A huge contribution for Williams. Akayashi and Team Japan. Tears, we don't know of disappointment or of just real, true pride.
Well, 20 years old he is. Only made his debut in 2018, and that man, how inspirational was he to the collective effort of the Japanese.
So Bell cut down the mesh, and Cirio gets to wear it as a necklace, but
that is some photo, some moment for the United States.
Well, it's tough enough to win it, but to repeat is so much more difficult.
Well, you think, probably watching at home, you think the United States of America, basketball, they win it all the time, but they hadn't won it in years.
24.
They hadn't won it in years until they did it at Rio. They snapped the gold medal hex, and then to come back 5 years later with many of that team, the nucleus of the team that pulled off that gold medal effort, coming here and retaining it back to back. That is the measure of a great side.
USA won 3 of 4 basketball gold medals here in Tokyo. They won the men's and women's at the Olympic tournament. They win the men's here and take bronze in the women's. They are still a basketball power, make no mistake, but Japan has now entered into that conversation here in the men's wheelchair basketball tournament. And still disappointment for Akayashi, very emotional for that 20-year-old. Pretty soon, though, he's going to be wearing a silver medal around his neck. And close your eyes and it might feel like gold.
Well, then that's something that no other Japanese wheelchair basketball player has ever done. 7th place, their highest ever finish in any Paralympics. That was back in Beijing. 7th, their best finish in the World Championships. This has been a groundbreaking tournament for this Japanese side. And if it hadn't been for the sheer brilliance of the United States captain, it could well have been gold for those young men.
Mikey Pay and Matt Scott enjoying the moment. Jorge Sanchez in his first Paralympic Games, waving that flag proudly.
Sanchez, actually, his heroes, he states, are Matt Scott and Steve Serio. So
wow.